And so I want to welcome those of you who are here in the center, those who are joining us via Zoom, and those who are viewing us on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel. Welcome to the Monterey Center for Spiritual Living. We are a New Thought metaphysical community practicing a philosophy of faith and a way of life, embodied in the principles and the teachings of Science of Mind, so we welcome you. Our annual theme for this year is Open at the Top, and our own center, Monterey Center for Spiritual Living theme is Expect the Best, both of which inspire us to push beyond what is familiar and comfortable. Our vocalist opened our service this morning with somewhat of a familiar song. A change is going to come. And we recognize that change is always embracing us. It is always around us. Today, we are wrapping up our February series, Embracing the Edge, with the topic, On the Edge of Possible. On the Edge of Possible. As we awaken our collective imagination and desire to believe in a world shaped by love, justice, and creative power, and the creative power of spiritual vision. A world that is shaped by love, by justice, and the creative power of spiritual wisdom. And I would like to share with us this morning a reading by James Baldwin, one of my favorite authors, and someone who played a very instrumental background in the civil rights movement. As we celebrate the conclusion of the formal 100-year celebration of Black History Month, and we know that Black history is not just 1 month. It is our daily experiences. However, here are these words from James Baldwin's book, The Fire Next Time. Know whence you came. If you don't know whence you came, there's really no limit to where you can go. Know from whence you came. If you know from whence you came, there's really no limit to where you can go. So this is an invitation for us in alignment with our teachings to know who we are. And as we used to say in the traditional church, to know whose we are. And that as we are one with Spirit, we are individualized creations and expressions of the divine. This is from whence we came. And if we are open at the top and we expect the best, we know where we're going. The road may not be laid out easy. The map may have a lot of twists and turns and detours. But we know where we're going because we're guided by Spirit. We surrender into and we lean into that place where love and justice and the creative power or spiritual vision is always guiding us. Ernest Holmes wrote in this thing called You, when you say all things are possible, you're affirming that the power which created the planets is now operating in your affairs and in and through everything that you do. Baldwin's words merge with this week's theme, reminding us that the edge isn't just a metaphorical cliff. It's a threshold where faith meets action, where imagination meets the law, and where we step boldly into a broader sense of who we are and what we can co-create together. This is the threshold that we are right here now as a spiritual community. That threshold of embracing and honoring and loving what has been a physical space that has been so much a part of the very fabric of our being for 60 plus years. And now we're on the threshold of releasing this space into the loving arms that are receiving it as we embrace the threshold of finding a new space, that we infuse with love, that we infuse with the same energy that is in this space, because we are the church. The building is not the church. We are the church. We gather in a building or a location and we bring the love, we bring the energy, we bring the ambiance. We create that space that offers us a bold space, if you will, to express the essence of who we are in an environment that is infused with love, that is infused with non-judgment, that is infused with the practice and the principles of life as we know them. I was in a meeting a couple of days ago, and we were talking about co-creation, if you will. And someone shared this example of a cliff experience that I'd like to share with you. Imagine, if you will, 6 individuals on a boat. The boat is drifting in different directions because there is no plan. So everyone is rowing at their level of experience, some very great, some very limited, some none at all. So you just imagine this boat is just tossing and turning out in the ocean, out in the lake, wherever it is. And so someone from the seashore had this idea that if I paddle out to the boat and I blindfold each one of these individuals, then they have no choice but to tap into the energy, the collective energy, and sense the direction of one another, come together in unity. And as this was done, embracing the broader idea of working together helped them to find harmony. And once this was achieved, they successfully finished their journey. And as I was reflecting on this, I was reminded of the team that has volunteered to work together on finding a new location for us. We've looked at 6 locations. And we were that boat that was out without direction. And as we began to focus, as we begin to look at what the possibilities were for each location, along with what the limitations are for what we're feeling from the community as our desire to go forward, we're coming into accord. We're coming into a greater and greater accord. And it really feels like one of those locations is emerging as a very high possibility. And I'm sure that more of this will be shared in our annual meeting this afternoon, and we will continue to share with you as we go along. We are living in a time of outrage fatigue, a new combination of words. And this outrage fatigue is where we react quickly to injustices that rarely move into transformative action. So we're reacting to, it's like a knee-jerk reaction to everything that's thrown at us, everything that is thrown at us. And as more and more information is released from the Epstein files, which is the big elephant in the room, one of our spiritual giants has appeared in those files in somewhat of an unfavorable manner, and that is Deepak Chopra. And that emerges, Deepak's name in those files also emerges as a reminder that within our own spiritual communities, within our own centers for spiritual living, it's time to take our head out of the sand and to be aware that many of us, myself included, have not always engaged in authentic spiritual practices in our interactions with each other. And so this is an opportunity for us to move into this place of forgiveness. One of our ministers shared this on the ministers' listserv about this experience with Deepak, And I'm going to share some highlights with you. And he wrote, "There is so much work to be done here. Not just about Depop. It's about the deep yearning of healing in humanity. While I believe with all my heart, and I'm sure most here do, that New Thought has a lot to offer to that call for healing, I am equally convinced that we cannot do it by bypassing the moment." And he's talking about spiritual bypassing. And spiritual bypassing merely is, rather than facing something head on, just saying, oh, it's all good. It's all in divine order. And that's a bunch of BS. It's a challenge to our belief system, because in the moment, it doesn't feel like it's all good. It doesn't feel like this too shall pass. It's like, I need to face this, whatever this is, head on. And it's a call to go to that place where we know that we're divinely guided. And it's a call to come face to face, to look in that mirror that reflects back to us the individual image of who we are, and to decide that a change is going to come, and that change has to begin with me. And this minister goes on to write, "There's a reckoning and an upheaval in every sector of life, it seems, and we are neither immune nor exceptional to that call. I believe in the healing of forgiveness work. I believe in the revealing of shadow work, and I believe in just plain old truth-telling without shame or defense." This is the environment that is my goal for us to have here within our own spiritual community. And I think we do a pretty good job of it. And that is to tell the truth, to be authentic with one another, and to be from that place of non-judgmental, non-critical. Because each time a truth is told, it's an opportunity for us to, again, look in the mirror and say, how does this apply to me? Or where are there other areas in my life where I now can tell my truth, that I can be authentic? And the minister goes on to write, "When we lose the power to name immorality or injustice, replaced with perspective and choice, we concede moral ground that our students, congregants, and supporters have entrusted to us. So we as leaders, those who we have elected, and those who are leaders within our community, we have the responsibility to not concede the moral ground, but to stand in the truth of knowing that God is all that there is, and that we're living as spiritual beings, and we're also in this human experience, gaining what it is that we need for the journey that continues life beyond this experience. Because I do believe that life is eternal. And that means once we reduce this shell back to its origins, that the soul continues to express, and it continues to express at a higher level and a higher level. This month we have used as our book, The Inward Journey by Howard Thurman. Howard Thurman offers this reflection on the pent-up energy of life that Holmes mentioned in the opening quote that I used. When you say all things are possible, you're affirming that the power which created the planets is now operating in your affairs and in and through everything that you do. Thurman writes, a great number of people are expressing outrage over what seems to be a terrible miscarriage of justice. Now, I don't have the book with me, but this is one of Thurman's earlier writings, so the time for this was before present time, and yet history repeats itself. And so we find ourselves again at a point of expressing outrage over what seems to be a terrible miscarriage of justice. However, many do anything concrete about it. We can sit and complain, but how many of us take into action? All energy is exhausted in such remarks as how awful, what a tragedy, something ought to be done, what a shame. Again, our emotional reaction to situations causes us to adopt measures that bring about quick and temporary relief, spiritual bypass, from the immediate pressures on us, but do not have much effect in the situations themselves. The real purpose is to relieve only ourselves. The real purpose is to relieve only ourselves. Somehow, we must find that which is big enough to absolve us from artificial and ineffective methods of increasing welfare and well-being. This means the larger view, the greater view of faith, which is released through our vast courage. And so the question we ask ourselves is, what would it look like if instead of exhausting ourselves with temporary relief, we focused on cultivating a deeper faith that calls us to take meaningful, creative action? As a community, we can start to see ourselves as catalysts, asking not just what's wrong, but asking what's next. So what's next for us in those things that we see as injustices that are happening around us? What's next when we find ourselves in a situation where other people are talking about other people whom we know? And it invites us to ask the question, what are they saying about me when I am not in the room? Or what's next? What am I saying about someone who is not in the room? Is it affirming? Is it uplifting? Standing on the edge of the possible asks us to lean beyond what we think we know and dare to envision what could be. Both Howard Thurman and Ernest Holmes invite us to lift our sight from small, temporary fixes and to see the larger view, a faith wide enough to hold and transform the world, which is one of the visions of our Centers for Spiritual Living, and that is to see a world that works for all. And I always add to that, exactly where they are. It's not about changing someone to adapt to our particular perspective, a point of view. It's about recognizing their inherent value, their worth, their cultural traditions, and to find that place of unity, to find that place, that point where we come together. And we recognize, as Holmes did in creating this teaching, recognize where we are alike more than where we are different. Because it is in our differences that we find where we are alike. And if we don't honor the differences, the uniqueness of each individual, then we stand the risk of not being unified. The edge of possible is not comfortable. It stretches us beyond our habits, our fears, and our assumptions. Are we willing to be stretched? Are we willing to imagine something bigger than our personal comfort? Something that might require courage, creativity, and spiritual audacity. So as a spiritual community, we're not just here to be comforted by possible. We're not here to be comforted by possibility. We're here to create it. We stand at the edge. We don't peer into the void. We peer into deep potential. Science of Mind reminds us there is a power for good, and we can use it. not just for personal healing or prosperity, but for awakening a world that works for all. And together we step boldly towards the edge, not to fall, but to fly. We stand at the edge, not to fall, but to fly. I remember one of my teachers when I was new to the teaching would often say, when I find myself at that edge, whatever that edge is, I know that when I take that next step, God is either going to give me wings or is going to plant terra firma under my feet, and I will not fall and I will not fail. And so that is the bold conviction that we are invited to dwell up within ourselves, to have that courage to know that when I take that next step, God's got me. I don't have to worry about anything else. And so this week, challenge yourself to live from the edge of possibility. Ask yourself each day, what would I do today if I really believed anything was possible? What would I do today if I believed anything was really possible? Embrace the beauty of simplicity. Dedicate each day to simplicity. Speak less and listen more attentively. Do a kind deed for someone close to you without seeking recognition. Enjoy simple, natural foods. Take breaks and do nothing. Walk, observe, and savor the present moment. Allow your mind to be open to a deeper, quiet, inner awareness. Appreciate each scene and each person exactly as they are. And I go back to Howard Thurman in his book, For the Inward Journey. We've been studying the inward journey, and the anthology is For the Inward Journey. Howard makes this quote: "See the people, meet the people where they are. Meet the people where they are and see them where they can be." And so we see them with the eye of spiritual discernment. We see them as divine expressions of the very essence of God that they are. We see beyond the behavior, knowing that that is only something that is temporary. We see beyond the appearance, and we see the true essence of each other. And I conclude with this quote by Ernest Holmes. And this is taken from Spiritual Armament. And this is in the Science of Mind archives from a transcript, This Thing Called Life, which is a radio show of Ernest in 1950. And he said in this show, "Thoughts and ideas are contagious. And if your thoughts and mine reach each other, as they most certainly do, why shouldn't our united thoughts penetrate every location on earth with a feeling of goodwill toward the humble citizens of every country? I'm sure they can." And I invite us to turn within. As we come together in the one mind, God's mind, and speak these words for the perfect new home for our Monterey Center for Spiritual Living. It is already waiting for us. It meets our needs and desires and more. It is a perfect location for our loving spiritual community to expand and grow. And as we release these words into the Spirit, we also know that there is a power greater than we are, and then we can use it. And so as we allow our collective thoughts to merge with one another, we know that there is only a power for good, and that each one of us contains that power. And that power has untapped possibilities. And so as we stand on the edge of what is possible, We look forward with anticipation and excitement to new growth, to new opportunities in every area of our life. Taking that bold step to experience something new. It doesn't have to be magnificent, magnanimous. It doesn't have to be grand. It can be simply awakening each day with gratitude as the first word that, or even the first thought that emerges from our restful sleep. I know in my own life that this power for good leads and guides every thought, every word, and every action. When I welcome it, when I lean into it, when I acknowledge it. And it is also there to gently bring me back to the center of my being when my thoughts go astray, when my thoughts deviate from the path of right living and right thinking and right connection. How good it is to know that the very essence of life is expressing in and through and as each one of us as we go along this journey that is called life. Speaking words of blessing and gratitude for communities that are coming together in the name and nature of love, practicing the principles of love as they understand them to be, knowing that these principles of love work for each and every one. Standing in that gap, holding that space, holding in consciousness, the loving and healing space for those who have made transitions, those who are prominent figures, and those who are unknown to many, and yet very important in the hearts of those who love them. Love has no bounds. Love has no limits. Love has no restrictions. And so as we embrace the love of those souls that have journeyed into the next dimension, we remember them and remember their families with loving kindness right here, right now, in this moment. For all of the other areas in our lives where we are experiencing transitions, we explore the edge of possibility, and we see beyond the void, and we see the possibilities, even though they're unknown. We create possibilities in our own mind, and we step into that vast greatness that says, "Lo, I am with you all the days of your life." And so for this and so much more, I am eternally grateful, releasing that word into the law, which always says yes. I just allow it to be, knowing that the demonstration is revealing itself even now. And if any of what I have said resonates with you in any way, I invite you to affirm it with me by saying, "And so it is." And so it is. And now I invite us to say together our affirmation for the week, and the words are on our screen. I embrace the edge of possibility where dreams begin, and I co-create a world not yet imagined. Let's say it again. I embrace the edge of possibility where dreams begin, and I co-create a world not yet imagined. Thank you. Now it is time for us to participate in the abundance of giving. We have an affirmation of abundance that I invite us to say together. I recognize the presence of God within as a source of my abundance. Out of my abundance consciousness flows everything I could desire in life. With gratitude and thanksgiving, I now participate in the flow of uninterrupted abundance. This prosperous experience is evidence of my abundance consciousness. Thank you for your giving, for your donations, and as the offering basket is passed here in the center, I invite you to just infuse it with love as it passes by. And for those who are viewing online, there are ways to give. You may mail in your donations to our center. You may contribute online through our website. You may text to give, and that information is on the screen also. And I'd like to say to our Facebook family and to our YouTube family, an invitation to join us next week as we begin our March series, What If? That magic question, what if? And our topic for March 1st is a world of pure imagination, asking what might shift if I began imagining from love, wholeness, and divine possibilities. And so we say, God bless you, we love you, and please like and share